Hello, Ross here at Frothy. This is the Kona Cinder Cone. I'm going to run you through all the good points, a couple of bad points, but mainly good points on this bike, and hopefully give you some insight into whether to buy the bike or not. If you've got any technical questions, fire away, leave some comments below. If I miss anything, apologies. I think this is take number 5. Price point 1099, so it's not too bad for the UK market, just over £1,000 mark. It's a hardtail 27.5-inch wheel, 100mm travel forks on it. With that said, let's go into forks. 100mm travel RockShox duty, air on the non-drive side, lockout lever on your drive side. If it is your first mountain bike, you're going to want to buy yourself a shock pump. You're going to want to pump up this cap here. So if you unscrew this cap here, inside there you'll get yourself, there's a little valve, a Schrader valve, the same one you get on your car tyres. And on the side here there's a chart telling you exactly what pressure to run for your weight. Take it with a pinch of salt. If you're finding you're diving through the travel too much, then put a little bit more pressure into it. It's not the end of the world if you're not running the perfect pressure. You just don't want to have them too soft. You don't want to go through your travel too quick. Rebound adjustment on the bottom here as well. So the hair, think of the hair as like a pogo stick and the tortoise as a sponge. If it's a pogo stick, it's going to bounce you straight back up off the trail. If it's a sponge, it soaks up all the bumps, but you'll end up bouncing through your travel the more bumps you hit. 11-speed Dior on this one, so you've got a 28-tooth front chainring on it, square taper bottom bracket, 175mm cranks. This is the large frame bike, so with that said, the 175 might go down to a 170 if you're medium or a small inch frame bike. Square taper bottom bracket. As a mechanic, I like these. They're a heavier bottom bracket, it is said, but they are bomb proof. You can buy the bottom brackets anywhere in the world. They're really cheap to replace as well, like £12 to £18 for a decent bottom bracket square taper. Plus fitting, of course. It is a KMC chain that's on it. It's an 11-speed Shimano Dior 11 to 51 tooth rear cassette on it, like a dinner plate, nice and big, really good gear ratio for here for southwest Scotland. Loads of steep climbs. You put it up on the big ring here, you're climbing most things in our local woods. With the Dior rear mech on it, it's got a clutch, so clutch off, clutch on. With the clutch off, you can remove the back wheel quite easily. It's a quick release back wheel. With it off though, if you forget to switch it back on, it'll flap about in the trails and it'll start to damage your chainstay here, and the chain might come off this front ring. Even though it's a fat, thin tooth front chain ring, if the chain gets too slack, it'll still come off. So always remember when you're riding the bike, make sure that that lever here, this lever, is switched to the on position. Shimano Dior rear mech with a Shimano 11-speed Dior shifter up the front here. A couple of years down the line, if this starts to go faulty or you damage this, I would suggest replacing it with an XT Dior 11-speed shifter. Just a little bit more reliable, and you get a much better positive feel to the lever. The rear mech, 6 2/3 between that and an XT. Honestly, the Dior one's absolutely fine. Just the shifter will make all the difference to how the bike feels when you shift. The gears, the wheels, they're tubeless ready wheels, so these are tubeless ready rims. The tape is already on the rim. The tyres themselves are non-tubeless, but personally, we've done it loads of times in the workshop. You just put some tubeless sealant into these and you're good to go, you're golden. They're not the perfect tubeless tyres, but they work absolutely fine. They hold the air perfectly. They're a good carcass that's in them. So to do that, I would just remove the tube, remove the valve, of course, put in a tubeless valve, whatever manufacturer you want to go with. We've got muck-off ones in the shop. Put some muck-off sealant in it. With mountain biking, I always suggest you put a little bit more sealant in it than it suggests on the packet. Just if you get a couple more than holes in it, then you're going to want the sealant to still be there, and you don't have to top it up every month. The tyres will take it. These are Forecaster Maxxis tyres. They're not the most extravagant tyres fitted out of the box, but it is like £1,000 bike, so you can't complain too much about the quality tyres that come with it. The brakes are standard Shimano Dior style brakes. It's a kind of older style lever, so it's quite a long lever on these, so like 2-digit, maybe even 3 digits if you want to push it that far. Mineral oil with them. These are sold mainly for Europe, so the brakes aren't switched round, so the brakes in Europe compared to the British style of braking, the left hand lever is your front brake and the right hand is your back brake. You need to switch them round about for the UK style riding. If you buy from a reputable bike shop, online or in person, they should be switching the hoses around for you. If they don't, you're going to have to switch these hoses over. There's videos on YouTube on how to do it. You will need to bleed them once you switch them, so bear that in mind. Brakes, like I say, with all the Kona bikes that we sell, a cheeky upgrade for the brakes would be to change these discs out. These are centre lock discs. It's a 180 front and 160 in the rear. I would change these out for some Ice Tech rotors. I would then put some centre brake pads in it, and you're golden. The brakes will feel far sharper. They'll brake a lot nicer, and they'll last better through the Scottish winters. What have I missed? The bolting on the bike. There's plenty of bolt points to attach a rear pannier rack, a rear mudguard. So you're kind of covered there. If you're using this bike for a bit of commuting, a bit of off-road commuting, you can fit a rear pannier rack to it. Not a problem. Dropper seat post. It has got plenty of routing points for dropper seat post. left hand lever, round the right hand side of the headset, into the top of the down tube, out here, back in here. Fit yourself a stealth dropper seat post, not a problem. The saddle that comes with it is from WTB. It says Kona on it, but it's WTB, which are good at making saddles. This is quite a comfortable saddle. It's got a cutout on the inside there. A good bit of flex in it as you're riding it. Nice and comfortable handlebar width. These are 740mm handlebars. Weight point for this bike is 14.4 kilo weight. Not too bad. It is quick release wheels, which is one kind of down point to it. If you're riding this bike a lot and you start to get right into the sport, you can't really get high-end or good quality quick release wheels for 27.5 inch. Most of them become bolt through at a certain point of price, so you'll struggle to get yourself some good wheels for it. Other than that, it's a pretty decent value bike. It's just over the £1,000 mark. I would change these clips out. I'd put some zip ties into these little plastic clips, because as you can see, this one here's already popped off in the showroom. You want to make sure these stay nice and clean and tidy, because if they don't, your back tyre will catch the hose and pull it through. Yeah, there we go, folks. I think I've covered everything. Any questions, comments, leave them below. We're trying to get better at these videos. Thanks for watching.